You've heard it said that color is the spice of life, and when it comes to our paper projects, that is so true. My name is Anna Hellman, and today I want to introduce you to the new Stampin' Up! 2021 through 2023 in colors. Now, if you follow Stampin' Up's product line, you know we have classic colors that stay in stock for years and years, and then we rotate in and out these in colors. So these are going to be our brand new in colors, which we will have for the next 2 years, and I'm really excited to have them. I want to share them with you today. So what I will do is introduce them. I have a card made up in 4 of these colors that I'm going to show you up close, and then we're going to make one of those cards together. And if you stick around until the end, you'll get to see how these colors blend when all of them are mixed together on a project. So let me pull these out and we will get started. I'll show you the stamp set I use to make these cards, and it is called Color and Contour. This is one of our brand new sets, and I think it's a really neat one to make simple floral cards. And what I love about it is you can stamp your outline, and then you can use these stamps to fill in the flowers without any coloring involved. So you'll be able to see how this works in just a moment. So let's look at these new colors. First, let's go with Evening Evergreen. And here is the card that I have created, and I'll bring it up a little bit closer. Here you can see the texture that I've created on that. I created that with the Painted Texture 3D embossing folder, and I've punched out the greeting with our double oval punch, which is probably my favorite new punch. I love it for greeting tags. But I've stamped the flower in the background. And like I said, here in a minute, you'll be able to see exactly how I created this. We have some little embellishments, the ribbons, but here is Evening Evergreen. Next, let's look at Fresh Freesia. And I'm a purple girl, so I love this. Now, it does have some pink in it. I'd call it a pinky purple, a little bit of a lavender. But here you can see that Fresh Freesia. This is definitely going to be a new favorite of mine. Now let's look at Pale Papaya. This is a fantastic color. I'm sure I'm going to be using this one a ton, kind of between the orange and the, I don't know, pinks and yellows, but a real pale orange. The 4th card I have made up is in Soft Succulent. I love this color. It's green, but it has a lot of gray in it. Just a really nice complement to a lot of the colors we already have. And the color that we will make a card in here in just a moment is called Polished Pink. A really nice, fun, and bright pink. So I'll get these out of the way and tell you what we need for our project. You are going to need a card base that measures 5.5 by 8.5, folded in half in the center. You'll need 2 pieces of Whisper White cardstock that measure 4 by 5.25. I take that back. The piece for the inside is 4 by 5.25. The piece for the front, the white piece for the front, is 3 3/4 by 5. Then you will need a piece of your same color of cardstock for the front that measures 3 5/8 by 4 7/8. You'll need about 7 inches of ribbon, and then your oval punches. So the smaller one in the white, the larger one in the color of your choosing. So for my sample cards, I did the stamping first. I stamped the flower in the background before I did the embossing, but for this, I wanted to go ahead and get that embossing done, so I did that first. So now I'm going to stamp the flower in the background. And it may not stamp perfectly since it's already embossed, and I know that. I'm totally fine with that. But we'll stamp this. I'm going to give it a good press since that's embossed and not perfectly flat. So that turned out pretty well, actually. Looks like it stamped very well. Now I'll grab the flower fill-in stamp for this one, and the small one goes at the top where the bud is. And with these 2-step stamps, you can try to line them up, but keep in mind they do not line up perfectly. They are not designed to line up perfectly. So the way I like to do it is basically just kind of line it up close and go with it. And they look really nice with the watercolory look where it doesn't match up perfectly. Now I am going to put a little bit of adhesive on here for my ribbon. Take this piece of ribbon, loop it around like that. Then where it crosses, I want to press that into the adhesive. Get that stuck down nicely. Now I'll put some adhesive on the back of the larger punch. Get that stuck down. Let's stamp the greeting onto the small oval punch. And this one just barely fits. So keep that in mind. If you wanted it to fit a little bit better, you could just stamp it directly onto this larger one. So now that we have that, let's put some dimensionals on the back. Here you can see how I use up the last little bits of my dimensionals. When you get to that big piece around the edge that's left, I snip those into pieces and use them all up that way. We do have the white dimensionals, but we also have these black ones, and I actually like the black ones a little bit better because they're a little bit stickier. Fun fact, if you've never tried them. Now let's add some gems. These are so pretty. These are the new In Color Jewels. And use my Take Your Pick tool here. It is the handiest way to stick gems and rhinestones and sequins on your projects. So we'll give those a good press. And now let's stamp a nice piece for the inside. So here's my piece of white cardstock, and I decided I wanted to stamp the one that says "Thank you for everything" on the inside. I really like this font. I love the scripty, cursive, handwritten type fonts. And we'll use one of the other flowers as well. So I'll use that bigger flower that also has the two-step stamp. Stamp that piece. And then here is the outline. And I looked at this for a little bit when I first started, trying to see if there was a place it lines up perfectly. If there is a place that lines up perfectly, I didn't find it. So I tried to line it up on my first one as in the spot it looked the best. And then on my other ones, I just put it on top and stamped right away without even trying to line it up. And I decided that that looks perfectly fine, that it is not worth the time to try and get it lined up perfectly because, in my opinion, it looked nice regardless of where I lined it up. So I'll open these up and you can see the other ones and you can decide for yourself if you think it lines up nicely. So there is just a really simple and pretty card sample highlighting each of these new colors. So what I want you to do, I want you to vote in the comments below. I want you to scroll down there, click on the comments, and tell me which of these new In colors is your favorite. I always love to know which one is the most favorite. So Fresh Freesia, Evening Evergreen, Pale Papaya, Polished Pink, and Soft Succulent. Look at me, I'm getting used to them. I'm actually learning these names. So those are the names. Now, I promised you I would show you how these look when they're blended together on a project. So what I'm going to do is bring in one of our new designer paper packs that has all of these colors included in it. This is called the Pansy Petals Designer Paper Pack. I'm going to spread these out. And you can see we have some monochromatic prints, like these check ones, but then we have some really pretty floral prints as well with the pansies that blend all of these colors together. Now, they do have a few other colors mixed in. I believe this is Bumblebee. That is not one of our new colors, but most of these colors in this pack are the new colors. So this gives you an idea of when you use those colors together, what they're going to look like. So thanks for joining in today. You can find links to the products I'm using here in the video description below. Ordering begins on May 4th for these new colors, so I will mention that. But find that link down in the video description. It will have links to order these new colors when they're available. You can also find more information on my blog, scrappingstampingandstuff.com, with that link in the description. Please subscribe to my YouTube channel, like, comment, and share this video. And I hope you have a wonderful day, and I hope to see you again next time.